How y'all doing? This is Karim from Karim Show and Tell. Thank y'all for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Karim's Show and Tell. So, greetings, family, friends, frat, blue fly, and folks from all walks of life. Welcome to Karim's Show and Tell, where we talk about everything LA. We talk about poetry, politics, ratchetness, relationship, trending topics in the Hollywood scene itself. If you want to find out more about me, because I'm your host, Karima J. Spear, you can go to my website, karimaspear.com. That's KARIMASPHERE.com. On today's show, we have Eric Good. I'm still waiting on him. We have Vayad Asar. So many of y'all know famous dude right here.
It's up. Peace.
Atat?
It's up.
Atat.
It's up.
Atat.
It's up.
I'm horrible. Don't beat my ass, lady.
No, it's okay.
We got Selector Rose Love. I'm still waiting on her. We got Tron, my brother, who's a comedian.
That's it. I'm just trying. Your brother, yeah.
Tron.
What up?
Why can't you be Tron, my brother? What's
I'm
my
the shit right now. I'm blowing up.
I'm happy for you.
There you go.
And my mother's in town, y'all. Jeanette Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always gonna put Jeanette Johnson. So I'm gonna play the intros real quick to everybody, and then after that we're gonna go to break. Lactose intolerant. I became lactose intolerant, which means I cannot drink milk, right? And it pisses me off because my favorite thing is cookies and milk. Okay, always been my favorite thing. And so I found out I'm lactose intolerant, which means my body cannot tolerate milk. And I was like, you know what? Lactose intolerant. Things that that your spirit can't tolerate. Right. And so that's why we come up with the topic of lactose intolerant, right? So my question is for you, what is lactose intolerant for you in 2018? Mr. Charles Miller.
I refuse
to
recognize Trump fans.
You refuse to recognize Trump fans. What you say?
Yeah. I'm through with them. So I might be on a violent kick if I come across it. I said, all last year I let that shit slide. Then I realized he's going to be here for a minute. Okay. So now I got to realize, I said, I can't deal with these cats anymore. So if I come across any, I'm going to try and do my best to handle it. And that's all I'm saying.
We ain't going to jail, right?
Well, maybe not.
He talk, Blackman. You know Blackman be talking shit. He ain't going no jail. How you gonna be back on the show if you going to jail?
Hey man, we can do it live from the pen. Shit.
How y'all doing back on Facebook? How y'all doing? What's going on? We're gonna get into the second subject of the show, and that is Muhammad Ali moment. Let me tell you a little bit of history behind the Muhammad Ali moment in the question. Okay, so on April the 28th, 1967, boxing champion Muhammad Ali refused to be inducted into the U.S. Army and is immediately stripped of his heavyweight title because of his moral and his religious beliefs, because he became a Muslim. And so he basically didn't want to be in the military, and so they took his glory, which was his belt. At that very moment in time, he said, well, my morals, that Muhammad Ali moment, my morals are more important than that glory that you've given me. Because my morals I can't get back, but this glory I can always get more glory. So my question is, what is your Muhammad Ali moment?
With Muhammad Ali I watched him all the time to watch different movies, the way he talked to Howard Cosell. I mean, the moments with me that I like, that he stepped to his game is with when he fought. I forgot who he fought. But the guy kept calling him Cassius Clay. He kept calling him Cassius Clay. And he said, my name is Muhammad Ali. Mm-hmm. He said, no, you're Cassius Clay. Okay. And in the ring, when he was whooping him up last round, what's my name? What's my name? Oh, Cassius Clay. Last round, what's my name? Muhammad Ali. He said his name. And he got the respect of the fighter, I think of the people around that he made that change.
Okay. You asked him his favorite Muhammad Ali moment, and he
you gave me the favorite Muhammad Ali moment, but I'm saying,
but that's what he was. You said it when you were talking about the war, when he said Muhammad Ali and I don't fight. Viet Cong did nothing to me, right?
Yeah. I was thinking an example in that, like, what was the time in your life as a boxer, right? That you were like, you know what? I could. The thing is, I have this glory, right? But the thing is, I have some moral conflict in it. I mean, for you as a fighter, I mean.
As a fighter.
Yeah. Or just in this, the man in your life. If you don't want to talk about the boxing.
That's something that I have to
think about.
I'm not
he's a fighter. So he heard my favorite Muhammad Ali moment. He's over there and he was like,
he's something that Muhammad Ali.
Going through all his
Right.
But people still want to know anyway.
But the fact that he had a moment with Muhammad
when
Ali.
you had more conflict, he had to make a choice like he did when he was going to go to the war.
Yeah, well, that you were like, you know.
Your moment, like, that was like that.
Like the thing.
But I think, I never had a moment like that, except for.
Yeah, you did. I know yours.
What?
Your first one was when you fought with the right. Because, like, nobody wanted to fight him because they were scared of him. Or Vernon Forrest, too.
That's true.
They didn't want to fight him, and you were like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
my morals believe that I should fight these guys.
That's true. She's right. When I would fight.
Yes, I know him so good.
I would fight any and everybody, whoever deserved the chance.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I believe that, you know, if I wasn't the best, I wasn't going to fight a guy at the right time, whatever. It's like, if I fight a guy at the right time, I'm going to fight them when they're at their best or when, you know what I'm saying, like, because they deserve it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? If they're better than me, they're better than me. That's it.
Right.
At that time.
Right.
I'm not going to, like, try to wait until something's happening with your life, whatever, they beat you.
Like
It made you hurt or whatever. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Like, you know, I'll fight you, Winky, Vernon, or all of them. And give them a chance. And I think that's just me, because I'm a real warrior, so I want to make sure that if they want to show themselves that they're better at that time, or if they have that desire or whatever they have inside of them, the world should see it. The world should see whatever they got, whatever I got, and we just two men, we go at it.
Okay.
Two men, we just go at it, and who wins. They don't do that because they fight for different reasons. Like they fought for the money, you know. So I fought because I love the game, and I just love the game. I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm the best, I'm the best. If I'm not, then I got to work to be the best. To work to beat whoever it is. I'm going to work to get them, but I'm going to earn it.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to take it. My earnings to take it. I'm going to earn it.
Right.
You know, so.
That's funny.
Really?
Watch this. Yeah, you heard the Jared Fisher?
About what?
Have you heard of Jared Fisher?
I told you.
Jared Fisher.
People always say
I know they do.
No, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, I was thinking in my head, because all like Sugar Shane Moses, I was like, that's the thought
That
I had
would
in
be
my
crazy
head.
if he was here.
That's what you're saying, right?
I was cracked up down there. The funny part is, that's Sugar Shane Moses.
That's Mr. Sugar Shane Moses, the boxer. Yeah.
Shut up!
And it's on camera too.
I walked in, I was like, you look like Sugar Shane Moses. So I'm like, that ain't him, so let me think of somebody else that he could possibly look like. I'm really going through my mental Rolodex. And he even introduced himself as Shane. I'm like,
Right. Yeah, I'm like, as soon as said Sugar, you'd have got it.
if he said Sugar, I was like,
What's up, y'all? My name is Miss Gia Scott Heron.
Hey.
I am skinny, no doubt, but strong beyond measure. With rhymes so sick, you would swear I was under the weather, but I'm more like under the radar. I'm more than my mistakes and my scars. Like my skin's hue, I am deep. Underground like conflict diamonds, I am a gem, a shooting star. The stardust that sparkles and surrounds me is a special design by God. So I know that I am amazing. No need for debating because amazing begins with am. And I am in this genre doing all that I can to prove myself worthy to carry my Father's message. Even though I am an imperfect vessel, even as with these demons I wrestle. So with pen cocked and mind loaded, every set I deliver is like an explosion. Like I got C4 packed to my chest and I ain't even got to the heavy shit yet. Like for instance, probably been blacklisted since birth because my pop Gil Scott Heron told the truth till it hurts. And as his seed, naturally I be both a free radical and a verbal antioxidant. Have you feeling like you in the Himalayas needing oxygen? But don't worry, I'll be your Sherpa, never mind my gender. Because I'm tough enough to wear the dress, the pants, the skirt, and the suspenders. None better. at putting these messages together like a bartender, mixing metaphors like special concoctions, so impactful that failure is not an option. Success took me in when I went up for adoption, so my determination's like a car without brakes. You can't stop this. It's ridiculous how meticulous I have to get with this, trying to make things plain and conspicuous. Relentlessly cleansing my perspective's lenses, I am a more than meets the eye type poet. A hard to define type poet. Not a fly poet, more like a ride or die poet who survived a drive-by type poet. Not an HBO Russell Simmons death poet. But see, when it comes to the future, I'm the next poet. I'm more like a feed the hungry, heal the sick type poet. More like a tell it like it is type poet. Old school, new rules, griot type poet. Plus, I'm irreverent, iconoclastic. Like Sarah Palin should take her tea bags back to Alaska. And Donald Trump should be tarred and feathered and sent to live in a barn in Nebraska. No, I am not scared. I says what I dare because I was born to bring light to the masses. One of the coolest chicks to ever wear a pair of glasses. Make amateurs think that maybe they could use some practice to take some classes. Because as for me, I'll always be the first, next, and the last. I am ready for hire. Ready to perspire, bring the fire, never tire, and never sell my soul no matter who's the buyer. Because they'll soon be asking about me. That skinny, pretty little lyricist, the one they call Miss G. Because I am already so much better than I was before. I am whatever I say I am. And much, much more. So this next one is called Language.
Language.
Yeah. As the descendant of those who had their language stripped from them, I was raised to speak English with proficiency, to speak it better than the captors, the kidnappers who forced this language upon my ancestors. Hell, if you're gonna speak only one language, might as well speak it well. But my tongue has tried other ones as well, like Chinese, Spanish, and even Japanese, like ni hao ma and sheshe ni. And a well-placed arigato and dojo sometimes got me extra pieces of sushi. Like, a mí me encanta la gente que habla español. A mí me encanta todo. This, I don't speak so well. This is not the language of my captors. This is me reaching out to other people of color. This is me reaching out looking for acceptance. Not because I don't love my own people, only because I refuse to accept being monolingual. Only 25% of Americans speak a second language. In many countries around the world, 40 to 60% of the people speak 2 languages or more because they understand that communication is a bridge, a key that opens doors. So the fact that bilingual education is not taught across the nation, to me, is disgusting. To be arrogant in our ignorance is cringeworthy. The fact that we now pride ourselves in our ability to send meaning in 140 characters or less, or send misspelled posts on Facebook that even autocorrect couldn't catch, this is what humility tastes like. It tastes like a fish out of water, flapping and gasping for breath when there is air all around him. I taste it in the back of my throat as I try to make other languages tap dance across my tongue. I am Sammy Davis in English, but in foreign languages, I am Quasimodo. I am 2 left feet on the dance floor outside of my monolingual zone. But at least I try. I was at a recycling center, and a Latino dude asked the woman in front of me, "Está lista? Are you ready?" I overheard the white lady ask the Latino, "Don't you speak American?" I was behind her in line, and I didn't mean to bunny hop into the conversation, but my throat was choked with so much indignation that I blurted out, "It's called English, and obviously you don't speak it either." They both looked at me, the white lady with knives coming out of her eyes. The Latino dude was merely surprised, and I said to him, "Ella vive en Los Angeles, pero no habla la lengua?" What? And he smiled. The lady asked me who the hell I thought I was, and I told her someone who majored in English in college with honors. I could feel her suppressing the urge to call me the N-word. She said I had no right to speak to her that way because this is America. I said that's exactly why I have the right to speak to you that way. Woo! I wanted to lecture her about the history of how California came to be a part of this country, how it was annexed after the Mexican-American War, also known as the invasion of Mexico, but I knew it would fall on deaf ears. She had already started walking away, so I let her hold on to her precious ignorance. Let's wake up, America. I'll be your alarm clock, and I'll start with this question as a token. How are we going to start a discussion if we don't know the language that's being spoken?
Yay, yay! Yeah. How about you?
My favorite memories are praising the Lord because it is the Lord's day.
Praise the Lord.
All you sinners.
She actually went there.
It's the Lord's day.
That's your favorite memory, Leslie.
Raw's one here.
Nobody mentioned the Lord. It's the Lord's day. No, every day is the Lord's day. No, I guess it would be that too. But growing up, my great grandmother, she always made me dresses.
Oh,
and everybody would be jealous because like she would always sew for me, but they had like the biggest, craziest lace on them. I always got like a new dress. Now, of course, now that she's gone, you know, I appreciate that because she's put in hard work. I had like crazy, but she used to get crazy with the lace. I had like lace coming this way, like Little House on the Prairie, this way, in the tail, like layers and lace on the skirt, on the sleeves. I mean, like it was lace for days. Every Easter, I got a new dress. With lace. Come in here, try this out. Great grandma, she always made. And of course, the Easter baskets, they were dope. And the dinners and the ham, and just being with the family. You know, I guess that was the best part of it. As I got older, raising my sister, I used to get her Easter baskets. So I'm slacking. I need to get my nephew some. I know I let her take over. I was like, well, that's her son. She got it. I need to do better. I was thinking about that the other day, last week. I was like, I didn't get Caleb an Easter basket or nothing like that. In my old age, I'm slacking. But I'm gonna do better. Caleb. Auntie.
You're like, where Auntie? Yeah, where Auntie?
And Samaj, my godson, Jasmine's son. I'm gonna do better.
There's always IOU.
There is. But I hook them up during other holidays. You said, you know, I just chill. It's just like, you know, I pray to the Lord. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You know, and there it is.
So that because we got so much topic. So how has that impacted you? You know, the gentrification, or you're not really impacted by it?
Well, for a while I was living just outside of Lamert Park on 48th Street, and it was just before they started their big gentrification push. They had been talked about, and then I guess about a year, because I was there for about a year and a half, 2 years, then you start seeing the tour buses with like, just, I mean, you're talking about, they come rolling around, they're looking at old, dilapidated houses where the roof is crashed in and nobody's been in them for years. And they're like, yeah, this is goodbye. Yeah, we got to get this. And then all of a sudden you look around and there's like the young Caucasian couple. They're moving in right in the middle of the block next to the homeboys and the essays and stuff. You're like, okay, all right. Okay. Then you move another block over and then you see like the gay female Caucasian couple, and they're just all of a sudden you look out and they're walking the dogs down the street, and it's usually down a street where they would not usually go because there's no, you know, it's just a whole crew of us there and loud music and all that. And then once you got into Lamert Park area, that's like the corporate slam, so they were buying out the buildings and refurbishing them, and so people that had been in particular spot for years got displaced. Yeah. So, and Lamert Park is interesting because they talked about for years, listen, we need to buy the buildings, and they never bought the buildings. So that leaves the door open for somebody else to come in and just purchase it, and then they get booted. Yeah. The tenant gets booted.
And they've been talking and you go and get it and buy it.
Yeah, and you're talking about you've been in the same spot for 25 years. You had a chance for how long to buy it? You never bought it, and now you're angry that somebody else came in and did it. You know, you should have saw the value in it before. Yeah. So, but you see it, and then they started the whole construction thing. Okay, we're gonna bring the train through. So the train coming through means, we got to redo this mall because we need to get some of these stores in here because it attracts a particular crowd, and then the rents go up and people get pushed out. So that's the first thing that comes to mind when you ask that question for me, because that was the most recent.
How about you, Bernard? I mean, has it impacted your life, or?
Well, I mean, for me, I haven't been like in a certain community where it's like, oh, now because of gentrification, I'm displaced or anything like that. But I think the thing I have a love-hate relationship with it.
It's definitely way of life, you know. You
flip-flops cool, but not the thong flip-flops, though.
The thong ones, you mean the one between my toes?
Between the big toe?
Between the big toe? Between the big toe? Is that the one?
Yeah. That shit ain't legit. That's not legit. You can't even run in them shits. Man.
Especially in the rain, though. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's what should be. I don't care what the hell he was wearing.
Our boy's gonna be slipping and sliding everywhere he goes.
The cold ass air, boy.
Bruh. A nigga stood up and they just went in on my flip flop.
Bruh. On his way out.
Trump in office, dog. Can he ride with us?
Nah, not. We gotta give him some Timbos or something.
No, you see, the type of flip flops that niggas wear is the kind where they put the sock on and then it's a slide over.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But see, that's not legit on the beach. You can't have it slide
it's gonna fall off.
because the motherfucker.
So you live on the beach?
Hey, but I gotta protect my dude though. It is our
live
money.
on the beach.
We gotta let them breathe though.
In the beach area. I live
In the beach.
I live.
If you live on the beach, I'm like, all right, cool.
I live in proximity, close proximity.
Right.
To the
Yeah, it's
beach.
about 3-4 miles away. It's okay.
Look,
It's okay.
and I mean, but Long Beach is all.
I can do this. I got this. I came out of nowhere, so I'm just like, I was in my car, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I got this. You ready?
What you got?
Yeah, arachnophobia. The Black Widow was back, so let me show you how to ace on the track. Hating me, that's like a general fact. You feeling gully? I used to ride when niggas was wearing do-rags and scullies. Never a bummy. Go toe-to-toe with Goliath, cause I heard David was a pussy. And if he wasn't, then it's too late like Harold. King me like a pharaoh. I'ma shine on these niggas like my middle name is Diamond Ring. Bury me, that's like a scary thing. Cause I was born in the dark, my body is made of asphalt. Black as the blood of Jesus, encrusted around a crucifix. Rapping around the city so I can go get my tooth fixed. I'm sincere, now I'm more like DMX. So sign my name right on all my checks. Cause I am awkward dog, I'm a stalker dog. Fuck with my money, then your kid might be an orphan dog. I am scandalous like kinda rhymes. I think with me on the low cause I can kinda rhyme. They fucking with me on the low cause I can kinda rhyme. But little do they know I'm about to blow. When I blow, you can call this thing a suicide. First I'ma show you where my C4 is at. Then I'ma show you where my trigger finger is at. Then I'ma show you how we blow things like yo, where she come from, yo, how the fuck she come up with that? Cause I be working on the low, I got a subject and a predicate. Words I got them jumping like my tongue saying Connecticut. And when I'm on the mic, I'm hella wrecking it. And anybody saying otherwise is fucking irrelevant.
Well, truthfully, Karima, I think there are pros and cons to being in the clique. I mean, first coming here to LA, I was like, wow, this place is really cliquish. I think on the pro side, it's good because you know who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no surprises. And, like, birds of a feather flock together. It's people of like minds.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like, okay, like, so you and I were both into hiking.
Okay.
You know, so we both eat meat.
Yeah.
We both like black women. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if I'm with a brother who...
No, it's more than... I'm more than like black women. I got the t-shirt and the hat.
Right.
I'm a fan.
We love
I'm
black
a fan.
women.
Okay.
No doubt. Exactly. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But it's like birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I've been with some other people's cliques before, and being 100, it's like, wait, so these cats are all vegan. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, so I believe in Christ. They don't believe in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting here eating some curry going oxtail. They don't... It's like... And that bothers me. It's like we're not the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? I think on the con side of being a clique, I think if those people are from like you're limiting yourself, and sometimes whether you realize it or not, we're all still learning. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn so much from people outside of your clique. You know?
This is a poem called "Out Here in the Wilderness." My poem, Free Thinker, rebuttal poems.
You gonna drop drawers with that poem?
No, I can't come out. Stand back 200 feet, son. Green shields can't save you. My words hit harder than Santa Ana winds. The earth been like earthquakes, waking you from your slumber. Lumber is what I'm carrying out here in the wilderness. Timber! Life wants to swallow you, but it doesn't have any good intentions like newborn mamas. It wants to pacify your movement. It wants to match your outfit with its purse, bung you up with its accessories, but you can't live like that. You gotta bust out, break out like a 3-year-old with new legs. You gotta move, run hard, run fast, past the lumbering giants, past the interference of obstacles, past the thought of not enough. Timber! You gotta do what I witnessed in Solvang. Little Tommy jumps off a curb, almost gets hit by a teenager on a bike. Mama says, boy, you can't do that. You can't do that. And he turns to his mom and says, I gotta jump. I swear, I gotta jump. It was unexpected like Guillermo del Toro's Cronus, and it was just there. It just sat there, gold in your hands opportunity, you not knowing what to do with it. And opportunity is missed by most because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Thomas Edison, this is medicine for your ailing spirit. Timber! You want a fair shake in this world, you got to take in this world. Develop all 3 eyes to triple beam in this world. Develop that box cutter dream in this world. The packaging is scared of you. The blade is held tight inside your belly in the shape of a lightning bolt. Nowhere near the edge of sight. You got to push forth through the plastic walls, through the paperboard label into the daylight with the vampires of this world. Burn, burn, burn in your sunlight. Don't shake your head, no. You know I'm right. The sheer thought of this is Wordsworth. Now fan it, baby, fan it. Can't can it cause it's fresh. Out from the underground like beats. Nourishing your life force. Thumping with your life force. Outward like Dre's beats. Into back alley whispers. Stop thinking of suicide because God made assholes too. And they don't think of suicide. This is a love letter to you drenched in truth. You may be always outnumbered. And always outgunned. But you ain't never, never, never alone out here in the wilderness. Timber!
Yeah.
That's not a good friend.
No,
a friend pulls you
it's
up.
not a good friend. It's not a good friend. And when I see her, I might smack the dog shit out of her. I don't know. I want to pee. I want to record that.
Hey, I'm not gonna get sued, okay? I didn't say do that, okay?
I'm just saying though, it's just. I think a lot of people don't have a lot of empathy. Everybody is for themselves, and they want to, assume that other people are against them and all this other stuff. So it's like it's something I can't deal with. Not in 2018. No.
Okay, it's no spicy talk.
No spicy talk unless you got some ranch or blue cheese to go with it.
So, what's up? So, lactose intolerant. What are you just like not going to tolerate in this new year?
I don't want anyone from my past trying to come back. Period.
Ooh, say that again for the people in the back.
No one from the past can come back. Once that door is closed, it is closed. There's no cracks.
She talking about somebody.
There's no
y'all.
keys. It's nothing.
But nah, she was aggressive though. I mean,
I had a woman do that one time. It didn't. It was a good. It was well timed.
If it's a reaction, all right.
there you go.
Like you know how you go and grab a girl, and then sometimes they come in too.
Yeah.
Same time. That's a reaction. That's good.
That's acceptable. Okay.
But if she's just grabbing your face
Yeah.
and then like smooching on you,
I got that part.
That's like Granny kissing you, at the family barbecue. Hi mijo, how are you? But as far as like, because you could tell a lot about a girl kissing her.
Okay.
The kinkiness,
Okay.
the friendliness,
Agreed.
and especially
The comfort.
The comfort.
Okay.
And kissing definitely has to do with sex, because the more passionate you are kissing someone, and you can feel it. You can feel when it's just like I'm trying to use too much tongue, or you can feel like they're really into it.
Okay.
That's when it's gonna affect everything else.
Okay.
It's like a chain reaction.
Okay.
That ball is just gonna keep on rolling and rolling, and it's only gonna be in your benefit and her benefit.
Okay.
So.
And if you're a good kisser, a great kisser, they're gonna enjoy all of that. They might even go the extra mile for that.
That's the thing though about being a great kisser. Everybody kisses different.
Exactly.
So you gotta learn what they like, and they'll learn what you like at the same time. So then it could be awkward at first. Your first 3 kisses may be like, oh man, I don't know how this is gonna work. But then your 4th kiss, you're like, whoa, like this is gonna work out pretty good.
Okay.
And then other things happen, and it's like, this is gonna work out really good.
Basically, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know until somebody shows us. And once we know, it helps you love better. It helps you kind of have patience.
Yeah.
Because like the fullness of life, it would be like you now concern yourself with somebody different from you.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned about love, like I told you, I was learning to love like Jesus. And so what happens is, as you participate in love, you learn more wholly about what love is, rather than people talk about just love themselves, love yourself first, and all this stuff. But to me, I believe like if you start loving other people, you start to understand more about what love is. So you understand like more of what patience is. And now all of a sudden you've opened the capacity of your life more. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I don't want to just be theoretical.
No.
But it's but I've seen it.
Okay.
So as I do it, I see it, And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Because now you've exercised patience and kindness, and now all of a sudden you didn't know you had that part in you. You know what I mean? And so like now you are like, if you didn't want to wait behind somebody, and then you challenge yourself, and you see how happy they were that you like, thank you for your patience. They look back at you and you're like, this is nothing, and you made it nothing.
I remember doing it a couple times. I was like, I wasn't aware of that I was doing it. But I was like, I didn't know that little bit. You were so appreciative. You appreciated that little bit, which was not. It wasn't intent. It was no intent behind it. It was just Let me start with.
Me. No, I'm just joking. Start with this guy.
You started. Go ahead, Miss Yasmin.
I don't know what we're starting on.
We started going. You ever met somebody that just blew your mind?
Oh man, I should have not said that. I should have not volunteered.
Yes, but you did. So it's your turn.
Go for it.
Yes, that's such a tough one.
Why your voice crack?
Because I'm nervous and I'm just not sure. You know what to do. No, I don't know. A couple of years ago, probably now, 8 years ago, I met someone, a filmmaker, and if you're a creative person but sort of grew up in an environment where you weren't around creative people, and then for the first time you sort of start meeting like a bunch of creative people, that will set you up for that type of environment, because all of a sudden you're talking the same language. Okay.
That's exciting.
And so that's exciting, but it's crazy because it's like an overload. It's literally like an overload because all of a sudden, people are speaking your language, and your whole life you thought, I was the eye-colored crayon. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So I definitely had that experience once I sort of made the leap from an author to a filmmaker, and I started like meeting other filmmakers. It was like, whoa. And one particular person had mentored me. I was doing a film on teen girl fights, and this guy, it was a guy, but he mentored me, and it was just like the stuff that he was saying about, okay, you got to look at it like this, you got to bring your authenticity, you got to bring your voice to it. It was like every time he said something, like it sounded like the sky opened up, because no one really spoke to me about my art in that way. So just like off camera, you were talking about how your mom is your biggest cheerleader, and like this person who I didn't know was like, I see you. And for me, like I didn't really have, a lot of people who saw me, you know what I mean, and sort of saw my fears, saw sort of what I was trying to become as an artist, and spoke to me as an artist. So that would be my, experience.
She will talk about y'all tomorrow, okay? So Brittany, you feel like you must save the world every day?
I don't feel like I must save the world every day. Like, piggybacking off of what everyone said, I do think that it's important that we all do our part, and that we all live our truth, and we all leave like our footprint. But trying to save the world is a lot of pressure to put on one person. But if we come together collectively as a whole and do our part, then together we can save the world. But then also it is important to like take time for yourself and like your own mental health, like Crystal was saying, so a balance of that.
Very true. Like, if you don't have a balance of that, you will crash. When 2 or 3 events are planned that are different.
But you planned them.
I'm playing. We both playing. Let me explain. For me, Valentine's Day is not just a woman's holiday. I don't date. I'm gonna let you know right now, y'all. Okay, just be mad. I don't date women who think Valentine's Day is just for them.
I agree.
I don't at all. I'm sorry, undateable. But I do date if because the thing is, I want to feel appreciated. I want to feel loved, and if it's a mutual holiday for us, I'm down.
Yeah.
And I've had a few experiences that was like, it was us loving on each other. Right?
See Will?
In the building, yeah.
Page. I see a page, and I want to fill it up to the top like a cup. As it slowly overpours, overchores and scores off the table and onto the floor, slowly streaming out the door, customers screaming out for more. It's hot, straight off the presses. Someone says that C-Will confesses that he's the best there was and the best is. Now investors are sizing up like dresses, want to see if he fits the bill. Is C-Will the real deal? Is C-Will that ill? And is he the one that killed Bill? Chill, that's a little too much. Strokes of genius like a paintbrush. Feeling like I want to fake what a rush to get a crack addict to squeeze the bus. Like a crack addict that needs that puff. Trust only my instincts, cause your shit stinks, then it's extinct. And I'm on the brink of greatness. I'm really low maintenance. Changed up the game, ain't been the same since. Now I got dollars. I stay ferocious like Rottweilers. Always at work, I got blue collars. Got followers like Moses leading his people out the promised land. And I promise, man, the juices will flow like pomegranates. And I got a plan, and I'm sticking to it like the clutch on an old Buick. Unforgettable in every way, like an old do-it, give my all to it, fresh to the last drop, to squeeze into the cash pot, can't stop like the hands on a big clock, like a Merthen's hands on a Glock, like a dope boy with bricks of gator chop to take what I got, to go from the have-nots to the has, from quarters to halves, from saran wraps to freezer bags, to, oh, he think he's that bad, he's got that swag, yeah, and while you suckles is bleeding, I soaked it up in a rag. See, it's more than a fad, it's about longevity, prosperity, and clearly from my eyes, cause when these fake guys, when they fake disguise, an assortment of lies, and one of them tries to get a rise from C, Lord knows they gonna need a ride to merge and see, need to have a sense of urgency like me, whipping out poetry candidly and clearly, for people to see on the other side how greener the grass is. Now, if y'all out there, please raise your glasses, because we never leave life as is, but as masters.
Is, because today is the day after Valentine's Day, so I wanted to do a anti-Valentine's Day show. Not really. I wouldn't say maybe not anti-Valentine's Day, but I would say anti-Valentine's Day or Side Boo Day. Because this is the day that all you get. If you have a side boo, this is the day you hanging out with your side boo. Your main boo was yesterday. Now you're hanging out with your side boo. So for those who ain't hanging out with your side boo, maybe you need to be entertained tonight. So that's why we call this anti-Valentine's Day. So my question is Valentine's Day, we go left or right? Or maybe y'all right to left. But is Valentine's Day overrated? Anthony.
Valentine's Day is super overrated. Now the reason being is because it's a one-sided holiday to a lot of people. Guys like appreciation too. We may not want flowers, we may not want something, but we want appreciation. And Valentine's Day over the years has become one-sided.
One-sided?
One-sided. That's my opinion. So that's why I think it's overrated.
Okay.
Oh, for me, I think it's stupid. Valentine's Day is stupid.
As you can tell, he's single.
Why is Valentine's Day stupid, Chico?
Why? Because why is there a specific day that I have to show somebody appreciation? Why? I'm like, I do that every day. I don't want one day where I have to give you something. Fuck that. No, I want to show my appreciation whenever I feel like showing my appreciation. And that me actually internally and being who I am as a person. Because if I have to show my appreciation on that specific day, it's not. Come on, no.
No? Okay.
How about Warren, what you think?
I'm going to tell you right now, Valentine's Day is ridiculously overrated. I mean, I don't have to buy you chocolate on one day. I can buy you chocolate every day. I can give you roses every day. But this is my thing. I don't have to do special sex on that day too. I'm supposed to do special sex all the time. You supposed to do this on Valentine's Day. It's like you supposed to do that yesterday on the 13th. Right. That's what I wanted. I was off on the 13th. That's what I wanted. I want you to do it on the 14th. I want you to do it on the 13th. And I think that people misunderstand what committed to relationship is, because I mean, you know, you say about the side boos, okay, you know, we don't get into that because you know that.
I understand movies that don't have a sequel that you wish had a sequel to.
How many? What's 1, 2, 3?
How many? I got 20.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say 2.
Okay, give me your 2.
I got 40, but I'm gonna say 2.
Okay.
I'll say the 5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
Oh! You really?
Okay.
I wish. You don't act like he didn't know what he was going to
Somebody looked at my list.
But it's going to be 6 Heartbeats? How do you come back? Y'all tripping. 5 Heartbeats can come back because Eddie Kane got off of drugs and Flash went solo.
He was still going, yeah.
Then my second one is The Wood.
The Wood.
Okay. The Wood. swear.
I'm gonna add a second part to that. What do you call a sequel? What do you call a sequel? That's your two. What do you call it?
You better.
You call it the Wood Tooth, and you'll call it 5 Heartbeats Back Again. Or you can call it 5
Heartbeats Beat Again. 5 Heartbeats Beat Again.
5 Heartbeats Front and Center.
What it would be, they beat again.
You call it 5 Heartbeats Front and Center.
No,
That's how it is.
Beat again.
5 Heartbeats Front and Center. I got nothing but love for you.
They gotta say something else, but nothing but love for you, baby.
It should be called the 5 Heartbeats Eddie Kane's Revive.
Eddie Kane, because he like,
That's the
you know Eddie
revenge.
Kane gotta revive.
Okay. What's the next one? What you got?
Okay,
We
all
can
right.
go around the room. We can go around the room.
I'm gonna snap it and make it feel good because I need Love Jones to go ahead.
You know
what
are we gonna call it?
I'm just saying, what do you mean? It's Love Jones. That's all you need to. You only need Love Jones too.
That's a cop.
What would you call it? What would you call it?
It's not my favorite. It's just.
I'm just saying. I feel Love Jones 2 would be efficient enough for me.
Me
Like,
too.
I think it'll just fine. I think it'll. I'll go to the.
What about Love Joneses?
Who is Jones? Sound like a.
Well, a slim sister with like just got curves. It got hips, got some ass on it, you know.
But that waist is like tiny. That's
Right.
like slim.
Right.
Okay.
Those
Okay.
they out there, man. It surprised me. I was like, wow, okay, so
Slim curve.
Yep.
You broke your neck one time, then you got stuck. You like that, you got
man,
stuck.
sometimes, man, you just certain compromising positions you'll enjoy. You know, in certain situations. I'm just throw it out there like that. But yeah, no, but you know, I get why cats like the thickness. You know, you want something to kind of lay into and hang out with and keep you warm and stuff like that. So
Okay.
the same reason some women like thick dudes. You know, it's the same
Okay.
thing. You know, so but. Like, matter of fact, with Jill Scott, when I saw her maybe about 7 years ago, someone in the crowd gave her a new name, but she was losing weight, but she still kept her curves.
Okay, what they call
So
it?
called a slim thickness.
Slim thickness.
Right. And I was like,
Okay.
that's right. He said, yeah, they call me slim thickness now. So I get it. You know, yeah, that's just the thing. And it's just, cause, you know, plus, you know, I like stretch marks. So I like to see stretch marks.
Okay. You look was like real woman. That's a real woman.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know you ain't messing around with no youngin, nobody who ain't had no experience. It's just a real ass sister right here. So,
Okay.
So, and that comes with slim curvy and thick curvy, you know.
We got so write this down. Slim curvy, thick curvy. Okay, write that down.
Right.
Go to the mirror and check yourself out. Are you slim curvy or thick curvy? Either way, you're getting a thumbs up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Right.
So, Mr. Jaquil Constant, what's up, man? You love the curves, man?
Oh yeah, I love it, man. Just like, man, it keeps you warm and just look at it, the hourglass. It's like everything, you know what I mean? So I just like, I mean, personally, you know, my wife is thick, so
okay.
So it's yeah, she's a real woman with curves. So it's just like, you know, I like when she puts something tight on and all the curves just fit right. I'm just like, all right, you know what I mean?
She's like, why you smiling so much, boy?
Hey, you know what I mean? You warm, you know what I mean? You know they're gonna cook you some good food.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? They're gonna take care of you.
They're gonna take care of
They're
you.
gonna take care of business.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
You gonna eat. You gonna eat.
You
That's
gonna
the
eat.
damn show. You
See,
know.
so hey, for real,
And it's gonna be some fire.
Right.
Doobie Knox, we talking about thickness and the curves we love of them, okay? Thick women. We talking about thick women. Not no model chicks, some thick women. That's what we talking about. We loving this.
Umi says.
So
now we're starting at the part of songs that I just simply like. Whether they were from the 90s, you know, I got some Carl Thomas, you know, he got did dirty by Puff Daddy. His career should have been a whole lot bigger.
You want to get sued now?
Puffy ain't listening.
That's what I'm saying.
Puffy is not listening.
So what we gonna start with? Do some Carl Thomas first,
Or some, how about some Mos Def?
Mos Def?
Yeah,
Okay.
my Umi. My Umi says, I like this song.
Okay. Let's feel that. Let's feel that.
All right. I don't want to write this down. I'm telling you how I feel right now. I don't want to take no time to write this down. Most Def Mathematics.
Yeah, that's the way you should be. The song Mathematics. You ain't have that? For real though, this. Okay, I gotta take over. I gotta take it over the topic. is because you are actually part of that community of black women and impacting your perceptions. So, Lena, my question is, what are the perceptions of black women to you?
Strong, just bosses.
Bosses.
But I think a lot of time in the media we're portrayed as caricatures of ourselves, so that people can, I don't know, try to put us in boxes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very disconcerting to me because you see it all the time on television and films, these depictions of black women, and they're usually the angry black woman or the black woman can't keep a man, or just like stuff like that, and we're so much more than that. But those stories aren't being told that much. And we're funny. We do crazy things, but we have fun, and there's so much more to us. There's so many more layers, but that's not what's being portrayed. And I think that's been a problem in Hollywood for years, and it's getting a bit better.
Yeah,
a bit.
I mean, the angry black woman was started by this actress called I forgot her last name. Her first name was Sapphire, right? And she was the first angry black woman on TV. And then after that, it became like a type that we go to, even though that's not a complete, that's not a total truth.
It's not a truth at all. I mean, people
get angry. Everybody got pissed. Yeah.
It's funny to me because I was in an audition room and I was told by a white cast director, she was like, "Oh, don't play this part too black," and I was like,
"Oh yeah."
I was like, "What?" And you could tell, like, she had her face. She didn't know what she said was offensive. She was like, "What?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" And she was like, "Oh, you know, like." I was like, that kind of thinking to me is like
not knowing.
Yeah, you don't know, so I can't even be angry with you because you're just oblivious.
Okay.
You need to be educated, and that's our job.
Okay.
Us sitting around here as creators, as performers, we have to create content to educate people.
Okay.
And I think I love seeing like writers and stuff like Lena Waithe and Akil. Yeah. They're making this content so people can see us in the light that we are, diverse and multi-layered.
Eternal Mind. What am I on IG? Mhotep 7. That's EMHOTEP 7. Or I am Eternal Mind. Either one. Yeah, let's go. Let's see how we gonna do this. Archaic inner voices revive ancestral conversations. I was told describe architectural journeys preserved in sacred geometry. Footprints, pyramids, circular ceremonies, ritual in the vibration of vocals. My rites of passage, grounded attraction, dark energy, eternal mind be expansive, dark matter. We be the mass that take up space. The answers held in the manuscripts, the scientists attempt to locate. The cipher, rearrange, debate. I was told. Unearth the verses surround sound. Sound is warriors birth. The elders said breathe. Vibrate the word, anti-gravity, the speech, the archaeology, the phonetic acoustic energy chanting in me, through me, DNA coded language, melanin the key, organic dark carbon pigment, the chemical element, lexicon, the ability mysteriously do extraordinary things like moonbeam to Hootie's wing staff, double helix serpent supreme math, scribe this, recorded in Imhotep's papyrus, read this, teach this, the study of Africa's biomedical science, the chemistry, medicine, the tip of my spear, sincere, supreme, delivery, rebirth, the seed to be free, so this spoken language can bleed, the vitality of our ancestors reach, the alchemy, the elders teach, the equation that levitate the actuality of our being, navigate this social science with the wisdom of my third eye. Freedom.
Peace. Yeah. Alright. Eternal Mind, y'all.
Listen up, everybody. The bottom line. I'm a black intellect, but I'm refined. Keep precision like the bullet, target bound. Just living like a liquor, the harlot sounds. Now, when I say the harlot, you know I need the hot. Beat a waiter, the brothers in the lot. Jalik, you wind up, yeah. Jack Captain of the lowest, I'm the number 7 hit.
Right now, I fucked up right at the end. I was like,
Nobody-
oh my
nobody
God,
knows.
man.
Nobody
What else?
knows. It really
It's a clean version on SoundCloud. I just put on some SoundCloud / Mike Cartel. You get a good version of that mix, but nah, yeah, because it's I put all my soul into that, and I do think DJing is an art form, so I want to pay respect to it, especially DJs out before me. You know, I'm not a turntablist. I don't really scratch a lot, so I consider myself a mixologist, a mixer, party rocker.
Okay.
You know, so my whole thing is moving the crowd. You know,
Okay.
reading the crowd, getting them to dance. You know, as long as they're on the dance for the whole time, I'm good. You know,
Okay.
so yeah, it's definitely an art form.
So,
Oh no, I was gonna say myself I consider myself a beat maker. I know there's always been this, not always, but there's this thing of you producer versus beat maker. Like, you know, that has been an issue in the industry that people try to stress. You know, you're just a beat maker, you're not a producer type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is very silly, you know, because all beat makers are producers. They may not be record producers,
Yeah.
but they create audio recordings, right?
Yes.
Even if it's an instrumental, that's production, right?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I consider myself a sound artist, and that's my goal is to create pictures with sound. Right? That's since day one. I see sound. You know, see sound. I wanna my sound to be just like a great piece that you would see on a wall somewhere or something like that. And all dope hip hop music, if you want to call it that, is very, to me, is visual. Like,
I got 5 on it like Benfos. I got more tail than that Petco. You figure than some sweet and low. Yeah, you got some silverware, but really, are you
Sure. Anyway, I want to thank everyone, all my guests, for tuning in to another. Thank everyone out there, definitely for supporting me. This is the finale of season 2. Totally, I changed the way I do it. This is the 49th show. Right? 49th show. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next season starts October the 4th. Write it down. And we already have Facebook Live. We're going to have YouTube Live and better cameras. So, again, October the 4th. Might be here. I don't know. But that's the 50th show. Karima's show is a great show. So go tell somebody. Until now, until later, until next time, sorry. Let's rock out to a little music.
All right.
So